Second, to support fiscal adjustment and enhance resilience to shocks, ambitious structural reforms will be implemented in the areas of tax policy, revenue administration, public financial management, as well as reforms to address the weaknesses in the energy and the cocoa sectors. Third, and I already referred to that, steps are being taken to bring inflation under control. And the Bank of Ghana has been raising interest rates and has virtually eliminated monetary financing of the budget. A flexible exchange rate policy will also be implemented to help rebuild international reserves. Fourth, measures to preserve financial stability are very central to the program. And last but not least, the government will also be implementing reforms to encourage private investment, higher growth, and job creation. In conclusion, let me highlight that this program and policies and reforms, together with the debt restructuring, will help Ghana overcome immediate economic and financing challenges and pave the way for a brighter future for all Ghanaians.
Thank you, Stefan. Minister, please. I think it's a special day for you and for your country.
Thank you very much, Tatiana. It is indeed a special day. And good afternoon, good morning. And really thank you for joining us for this joint press briefing on Ghana's approved $3 billion standard credit facility of our partners, the International Monetary Fund. A special day indeed for Ghana, for the fund, and really a signal to our other African countries who are looking to be in this program. But on behalf of the President, government, and people of Ghana, I'd like to thank the board and management of the fund for their commitment towards the Ghanaian cause. Let me extend a special appreciation to the IMF Managing Director for her unwavering support and belief in Ghana's ambitions and the reform agenda. Also, we cannot forget the tireless efforts of Deputy Managing Director Mr. Boli for his tireless encouragement of us and the work he did. To the mission chief, Stefan, and the entire mission team, a big thank you for your efforts and constructive dialogue with the government as we work to secure this fund supported ECF program. Also, appreciation to Abebe and Annalisa. And our office here, led by Edie, Bijani, Makosa, and Sauda for all that they have done. We do acknowledge also the pivotal role of our bilateral partners, especially members of the G20 Common Framework, the Paris Club, the work done by the G7, and really the support by India, Saudi, China, and Turkey have been really tremendous in bringing us this far. The financial assurances that were delivered last Friday, May 12, was instrumental in securing yesterday's board approval, and we truly do thank all of them for that. Clearly, it's also a signal that the common framework can be made to work, and we look forward to others following through. So we look forward to fruitful engagement with both our bilateral and private creditors in the days ahead as we work towards achieving the sustainability that will anchor our economic stability. Ghana's IMF board approval is far from a magic solution wand. What it is, however, is a crucial first step on the necessary journey of strong reforms, inclusive growth, and relentless pursuit of a growth agenda geared towards restoring our economy to a place of strength, prosperity, and resilience. Undoubtedly, the economic toll on our people from the effects of the global public crisis cannot be understated. We are indeed grateful for the forbearance of all Ghanaians in the wake of the domestic debt exchange program, which was difficult, but ultimately a necessary exercise. It also has impacted our banking institutions, and we look to work with the banks to make sure that we get the financial stability that is required. Ultimately, the debt exchange program, combined with our multi-year focus on growth, fiscal sustainability, and debt sustainability, should accelerate our economy renaissance. We're already seeing some relative stability in the currency and in inflation, thanks to the work also by the central bank. Indeed, I think we have to move ahead. And as a good book says, we should forget the former things. We should not dwell on the past and see that new things are being done. And we are ready for that. The government of President Akufo-Addo is acutely aware of the enormous task ahead. Will be inspired by the momentum and propel Ghana to attain the staff level agreement, financial assurance from our bilateral creditors, and board approval in near record time to implement the 36-month ECF program. We are certainly on the path towards not just recovery, but also revitalizing our economy. In that regard, I'm confident that government, with the support of the fund and the collective effort of the Ghanaian people, will work through our current challenges and emerge stronger than before. What is being seen is marvelous in our eyes as Ghanaians, and it is a moment of time. Greater things are ahead. We know Ghana can achieve it. We've been through this before, and we are ready to ensure that we set a pace that others can also follow. So let me thank you all once again, and also to the Ghanaian people for your forbearance and partnership. God bless us all.
Thank you, Minister. We will go now to Accra to join Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Ernest Addison. Dr. Ernest Addison, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Tatiana. And hello, Stefan and Ken. Greetings from Accra. Let me first thank the Mission Chief, Stefan, and the Executive Board of the IMF for yesterday's approval of the Government of Ghana's program request for financial support from the IMF, which will serve as a basis for further engagement between Ghana and our development partners. For those of you who have been following Ghana closely, you will all have lived through this journey with us. Very difficult and challenging times, especially in 2022, which has also led to a crisis and social implications, and could easily have, eroded the hard-earned stability. I want to, however, focus my brief remarks on three issues this afternoon. First, from the perspective of the central bank, and for that matter, the government of Ghana. The approved IMF support program should not be seen as about the money alone, that is the budget support that comes with the approval. While that helps with the current reserves profile for the central bank, what matters most is the fact that the program sets out a set of policy and structural reforms that should help Ghana to reset our economic policy fundamentals, which was dislodged by the crisis over the last year or so. These deep-seated reforms should re-anchor policy and embed irreversibility in our policy outcomes and ensure that buffers are rebuilt to make our economy more resilient. The second point follows from the first, that this is now the time to begin the work. The program approval is just the beginning of the real work of building Ghana better. And thirdly, the Executive Board's approval of the support program yesterday, especially if you look at the time frame within which Ghana secured this approval, is an indication of the strong government's political will and commitment to the reform agenda. The painful sacrifice of Ghanaians, especially through some of the measures such as the domestic debt exchange, which has also helped us reach these conclusions very quickly. So we have reached a point where our key stakeholders should come through very quickly with their support to give meaning to the catalytic role of the fund and help build Ghana better. We see here a clear demonstration of burden sharing, including macro and structural reforms and the domestic debt restructuring. We're looking forward to and continuing to count on an expedited process to conclude the remaining negotiations on external debt restructuring to ensure that Ghana quickly gets the full benefits and complements of these reforms to underpin the policy resetting agenda. On this note, let me once again add my voice to the Minister of Finance to take the opportunity to thank the IMF staff and the Executive Board for working with us through these difficult and challenging times to secure this very important and critical milestone of a fund-supported program. Let me also thank our key stakeholders, bondholders, and bilateral creditors for their demonstrated commitment to support Ghana. Thank you very much.